Hello, welcome in this new little video of Smode. So right now I'm going to use mainly the repeat modifier and try to do some stuff. So I'm not really sure what is going to happen, but we'll see. So I start by creating a box. I'm on Smode 8.3 version, and again, sorry for the bad audio quality. So I create a box and down its precision to 1, so it's easier, lighter shape. So I will add a distort operator repeat modifier and do some transformation. I will do that a little bit randomly at first, and we'll see what's happening then. So like 12 shapes. Let's add another repeat modifier. And another one. I really don't know what I'm doing right now, but that is what is fun with this modifier, is that you can go wide and random, and it can generate some cool stuff. And then right now, what is happening is I have 3 repeat modifier with 3 different behavior, chained one after the other, and so that created me this kind of shape. And what is I'm going to do with that is use a 3D transform modifier. Why I want to use that? You see now I have my repeat modifier. I can play with them a little bit and see what is better or worse. And so already I have some interesting stuff going on here. And now if I move the position of my box, rotation, scale, position, you see that the rotation and the position affect my whole system because the repeat modifier I made from the information of that initial box. So if I translate my initial box, I will obviously translate all my system. Same goes for the rotation. And as you see, if I change the size of my box, well, this has an effect on the repeat modifiers too. It's just that here I have no change of scale, here no change, and only a change of scale on the last modifier. And that's why my system is impacted like that. So right now, if I want, for instance, to have a rotation over each one of these little boxes here, what I'm going to use is a 3D transform modifier. So distort 3D transform. What the 3D transform does, basically, let's use the F key, it's just changing the parameter of my box. So I can change its rotation, I can change its translation, and its scale. And it will be quite convenient in this situation because now I'm able to change this parameter in each step of my repeat system. So for instance, I put my 3D transform just before the first repeat and change its rotations. And now you see what is happening here. You can see how that change my whole system. And so this 3D transform also, I can put it in different parts of my geometry. So let's keep that animated with a little linear loop like that. So now my tree transform, let's create anim rotation and then change it in each step to see what is going to happen. And so now what we can do is actually use a lot of this different 3D transform modifier and in each step of my geometry to create some 3D effect. Let's put a back and forth loop here and slow it down a little bit. All right, I use a back and forth so I'm sure that my composition will look like that. And so now we have something, well, not perfect, but that will do for now. Let's go back into the view and change this camera. So right now I'm using the default camera of Smode. I would recommend to create a camera so you can actually see its parameter and be sure that it won't move afterwards. Okay, let's put that front. That motion. All right. Now I'm going to get rid again of the specular component of my box and add a little point light here and augment a little bit its fall off. Put that in the center of my geometry. Now let's see with the directional light. And change the auto illumination just to get rid of this black stuff. And let's change the last one with a little more scale on this one. Alright, let's slow down the animations a little bit. This one, like 20 seconds. Right, 20 seconds. Okay. So you can quickly create some nice trippy effect like that. And now again, to get rid of this anti-aliasing, I can use a blur anti-aliasing, and so it will look a little bit better, or set it up directly into the composition containing the geometry and change its multi-sampling value up to 8 or 9. No need to go more than that, and it does a real anti-aliasing. This one is just a kind of FX anti-aliasing, that's to the trick, but it has a low cost and quite effective. And now I can use to make it more symmetrical, again, a little kaleidoscope, like that. Now what I have is a preset of the kaleidoscope, which is mirror, vertical mirror left or right. We just do a repetition like that. Let's add a uniform black uniform and a little radial mask inverted. All right. Let's try with no rotation at all. All right. And what I can do now over all that is adding a little color modifier, lookup table. Let's go into the file while selecting the lookup table. Go into the stylize effect and see what we have here. Yeah, this looks fine. Well, what I can do now also is disable the volumetric light over the directional, leave it in the point light here, volumetric, white volumetric. Let's remove this awful stuff and let's put that in black and white. Okay. Better. And now let's add some special layer, volumetric light, this one. And this will allow to create some nice volumetric in the center of the light. What we can use also maybe could be put this one into a composition with, of course, its volumetric, point lights, and directional inside for that 3D. And so I can put an effect only on my swelling boxes and not on the background. And so let's use a color modifier, colorize. Let's go into its advanced parameters, put that in quantize, in B-tone mode, quantize, and add a little bit of smoothing inside the quantize. And now what I can do also, so now I just use a quantize over my geometry. And what I can do also is use an should be fine like that. All right. So I think that will be all for today. Let's see another last stuff with a Radial Mask. Let's duplicate it with Control drag and drop. Mask Control D. And this one. Let's add some last little effect to this composition, and that will be an exposure just to see. Again, I'm really don't know where I'm going. It's just random stuff trying to do something. And in the background, let's use not a radial gradient, but a uniform. The background. And let's try to do some wave stuff. So with a black uniform and a white uniform. On the top layer, the white uniform, I will use a radial function mask. Not a radial, it's a placement. So mask, function mask, and let's change that here from linear to radial mask. All right, and let's change its feather to 100%. Change the feather here of the radial mask from 0 to 100%, and so this function can apply it from the center to the exterior of the mask. And again, let's use a sinus repeated sometimes like that, and here on the feather I will change the exponent of the feather from 2 to 1, and so I have a real linear function. And so now let's put on the period, no, not the period, sorry, the offset of the sinus. Let's put a little linear loop from 0 to 100%. All right, let's put a mask, radial mask over everything, just for the sake of it, just not to burn our eyes. And what I want to do is have some more sharp stuff on the edges, but first let's see what's, whew, yeah, that's a bit rough. Okay, let's have some sharper edges here. So what I'm going to do is the same stuff. It's using color modifier, colorize. Go to advanced, put it as bit by tone, quantize. What's happening? Okay, not sure what's happening here, but well, okay. So what I've done is just over this stuff in the background. Ah, yes, I understand. All right, over this stuff on the background, let's put it at white again. So I put a colorize, and the colorize I have a midpoint of 50 because it goes from black to white now, and now it works. And we have some sharper stuff, and what is fine with the colorize is I can change here the color directly. It's more convenient. And now let's use the smoothing. Maybe that was better before, but well. So that's just a little example. So there's some techniques here, a little bit similar to what I was showing on the previous video. Again, sorry for the audio quality, and hope you have learned some stuff. See you next time.